This is petition to Columbia Charter Township addressing ongoing safety and quality life issues at Clark Lakes Township Park. We, the undersigned residents, 352 at last count, respectively petition Columbia Charter Township to take immediate action to address chronic and escalating problems at the Township Park located on Clark Lake. Incidences involving abusive, illegal, and unsafe behavior have continued unchecked for too long. A recent melee is only the latest in a series of unacceptable events. Park cleanups frequently reveal hypodermic needles, signaling illegal drug use. Prohibition on alcohol, marijuana, and tobacco are routinely ignored. Loud music, disruptive shouting, and offensive language undermine the peaceful atmosphere that residents and visitors value at Clark Lake. These are not isolated occurrences. The frequency and severity of the behavior pose a serious threat to the safety and enjoyment of park users, nearby residents, and the broader community. We urge Columbia Charter Township to take the following actions without delay. Number one, limit parking within the Township Park to a maximum of 12 spaces. Number two, prohibit parking on Hyde Road between Jefferson and North Lake. Number three, prohibit parking on surrounding side streets, Finch, North, and Vining. Number four, install clear no parking or standing signage in all restricted areas and enforce parking regulations through active ticketing and or towing. Number five, the township should neither create additional public parking nor allow others to do so, whether for vehicles or trailers anywhere in the Clark Lake vicinity. It would increase pressure on the park or the public boat launch. Number six, park hours, Memorial Day to Labor Day, 6 a.m. to 7 p.m., Labor Day to Memorial Day, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. A group of local residents previously established the Clark Lake Parks Commission with elected officers and governing bylaws. To better manage park issues, we urge the township to formally engage with this group or an appointed liaison as part of the ongoing community dialogue and decision-making. We, the undersigned, as of last count 352, care deeply about Clark Lake and respectfully request that the township take meaningful steps to restore order, protect public safety, and preserve the natural beauty and enjoyment of the Township Park. And the biggest thing, it's all about safety. The biggest thing's Hyde Road. It's deplorable. I canvassed, and a lot of people that I spoke to, my neighbors, said there's been too many incidences and too many times they've almost hit somebody running out in between cars on a busy summer day along Hyde Road. There's a curve there. They shouldn't be parked there. It's just not rational.
Safety is the main concern when I talked with people and those in the surrounding neighborhood. And to reinforce what Kip just said, enforce the no alcohol, enforce the limit to 12 cars, and again, suggest stopping the parking along Hyde Road. The kids getting in and out of the cars, running between the cars, etc., is dangerous for them as well as the drivers. Some ideas that I'd like to share with you are stickers for the cars from that they could get from the Columbia Township office. If a person is interested in using the park, they could come to the office here and get a sticker for their car, which would be easy for the police to identify when they come through. If you are a Columbia Township resident and you're already paying taxes, the sticker would be free. If you happen to be someone outside of the township, then you can still get a sticker and be welcome here, but you would pay a fee of some sort just to get that sticker. Another idea was credit card entrance to the gate. If you wanted to limit it and who was coming in, you could put a credit card reader, and the reader would automatically limit the parking spots to 12. And when the cars leave, they would know a spot was open and they could let in another car. Another idea that was shared with me was to relieve the pressure on Hyde Road by having those who are trying to park into the boat launch and that sort of thing. We know that the park has to be kept for public use. Maybe public use could be change the boat launch from Hyde Road to the park, and it would still be a public use, but you would take care of two problems basically: the backup on Hyde Road and people parking in and out, and then removing as much pressure as there was at the park. I wanted to share with you one of the ideas that a person shared to me. He said, if this was a business, would customers be allowed to park on Hyde Road? If someone had a business there, would parking on Hyde Road be allowed? Finally, I visited with a family on Jefferson Road, mom, dad, and daughter. They would regularly walk to the park, go swimming, sometimes picnic. They don't do that anymore. They're too afraid to go there. They don't feel safe.
I'd just like to say that with the Clark Lake Park, since you guys are taking control of it, it's been a nice job. I go down there about every other day. On the weekends, I go down there every day to see what the traffic's doing, what the individuals are doing, and things like that. Since our police patrol has been down there with a car station there, and down at the county park, it's contained all the problems, I think. The new plan that you've come up with the 12 parking spaces is good. We're not overspending. You're gonna be using part of the grant. I couldn't see adding all these sidewalks and a lot of other things to it. Just a very simple plan with parking. What I'd like to see though, for our non-resident people that have paid taxes all these years, that the park hours be changed till 7 o'clock. A lot of individuals that don't have the privilege of living on Clark Lake but only pay taxes here don't get out of work till 5 or so, and it doesn't give them a good opportunity to bring their family down here. This is a public lake, and let's keep it that way and be welcoming. We just can't shut it down. And hopefully the other parking spots that are along Hyde at the park area will be left open. At least that'll give 20 people or families a chance to enjoy what we've been so fortunate to enjoy all our lives. And I've been here 79 years, and I don't want to see it change one damn bit.
When they took the parking away real quick and changed the hours, that was a good move. That immediately took care of a lot of the problem. And that's the kind of action that we had to have at that point. I also want to say that my approach to this is not me coming here to criticize or to tell you what the problems are. My approach here is that we're all, I think all of us agree that we want a safe park. I don't think anybody can disagree with that. And we have to work together, all of us. It can't be just you guys, we give you the problem, you fix it. We can help you fix it, and we can work with you. Same thing with the police. I mean, the police, people say this or that, but the police they're doing the best they can with the situation that's at hand. I mean, can everybody do better? Sure. We have a beautiful lake. It's a spring-fed lake. It's gorgeous. And the one thing about it is I'm proud that people want to be on that lake. I mean, that makes me happy. I'd hate to have a lake that someone says, we don't want to go to that lake. It's terrible. And the people that live on that lake, they've worked hard to live there. They've worked their whole lives, and they've spent their money, built nice homes, and they have pride in it. And I think that's the pride of our community. I think our community has pride. None of us like people that have bad behavior and don't respect anything. We don't like that. It doesn't belong here. I know it's in the world. I know it's happening every day you watch TV, but it doesn't have to happen here. And I think it's our responsibility to take care of that. And not just for us, but for the kids. Kids don't need to be around all that stuff. And if the people don't like our rules and they don't like what we're doing, they have a choice. They cannot come here. They can go somewhere else. Our lake is one of the most welcoming lakes I can think of. We're never keeping anybody out of this lake. You have the beach and boat club. You have the yacht club. You have the beach bar. We have 2 county parks. We have 2 boat launches. I mean, we have so many ways to get on this lake, it's unbelievable. So if anyone says we're trying to keep people off this lake, I think that's a mistake. The other thing, and I'm not saying I'm not against anybody, but I am definitely against bad behavior. I don't like to go someplace, whether it's a restaurant or anywhere, where people are using foul language, yelling, arguing and stuff. Our park is the same way. So we don't want that in the park. And I understand why people don't want to go there when people are behaving like that. And I think it's our responsibility to stop that. And some of the things you've already done have taken care of some of that. We also have a fire station next to the park, which is another issue. Because when there's a fire, they have to get out of there. If people are parked all over the place, it's going to make a problem. There's also lawsuits Especially since we're talking about this now, everybody knows we have a problem, we better do something about it so that something doesn't happen. Our businesses around the lake. I like the fact that we have restaurants. I like the fact that we have choices to go to different places. And I don't want those businesses to say, we're not gonna do this anymore because this bad behavior's leaving the park and going into the businesses. We have to stop this. We have to stop this. And I think we're on the right track to stop this. And I want to tell you this, I'm willing personally, and I know a lot of people are willing to work with you. This isn't one of those things we're coming in and saying, you better do this. We are working with you to fix this problem. Because that's the only way this is going to work. And I don't know all the other legal ramifications of things, but I like the idea of possibly charging people that don't live here, and the people that pay taxes, they could use it. I don't want to keep anybody out.
The issue now is parking, and the arrogant people who are coming out who think they can do as they like. And they're basically dumping all over us, and it seems little is being done. I don't know, I'm just saying from my front porch. The parking is just out of hand. Down on the side streets, there are boat trailers. They cut a place into the woods for one guy's boat trailer. I mean, he's just, making his own private parking now. And they're parking in the handicap down there in front of the Montessori school. They pulled up to the stop sign. They were blocking the stop sign. So as you had to go around them to come out. And now, last Sunday, somebody takes their boat out, stops in front of the house, and they're out there polishing and dumping their water out, and the guy was insulted because it's not your property, why do you care? And, something's gotta be done. And I'm not accusing anybody, I'm just making a point. It's just kind of, it's ridiculous. And the issue down there on Hyde Road particularly, I watched a combine come through a couple weeks ago. There was cars right at the edge of the road, and the combine couldn't go off the road because of the situation down there without dumping it. And there was a sudden mess created as traffic had to stop in one direction to let him through. And just tonight, as my wife said, guy's got his kayak in the road, door open, blocking traffic, and he was down there for 15 minutes. And police eventually came out. I don't know, that's their business. I know it's private. Can't tell us, but it just seems, that you just moved the problem to another area, taking out the parking inside. I'm all for the parking, and I support the resolution fully. But we need to extend it, and we need to enforce it. Without enforcing it, we're just blowing smoke, and everybody knows it. And as we left tonight, the people who were inflating their kayak in the road were traipsing through the park and doing their stuff. They figured it out. They can just park on the road and still use it, They don't care about the rules or the laws. And maybe it's time to ticket them on site and, post a cash bail. I don't know how the court system works in that regards, but it seems like there needs to be a little pain in order to bring about some change, because it ain't happening in a fast way at this point.
I signed a petition, I agree with everything in it. The Township Park has been a problem for the last several years. You guys have let it get so out of control that Clark Lake residents are now being assaulted. On top of that, despite the presence of an officer, the rules are still not being enforced, nor were they ever. Alcohol, drug use are still common. These changes need to be permanent, not just an afterthought after a melee, or change in a year or two like you guys have been doing. Also, the park rules actually need to be enforced, not pretend to be enforced. And parking on Hyde Road and the side streets need to be ended. And if I can technically get ticketed in front of my house, what gives them the right to park in front of Hyde Road at the park?
I support the petition, and I also support safety for Columbia Township.
Basically, I just want to say I agree with the petition, and especially limiting the no parking outside the fence. Even tonight, as I came home, someone's blowing up their inflatables with the car door open, blocking the whole lane. The police did come. They moved out of the way, but as soon as the police left, they're right back blocking the road again, and I can't tell you how many almost head-on collisions we saw.